Hey, it's Rosemary here. How you doing? Now, having no money is just not a good enough excuse, okay? Most of the time, when I ask people what their challenges are, they kind of come out and tell me about how they have no money, they have no finance, they don't have enough of the green in order to, make the things that they talk about happen. Okay, and I listen to them, and depending on our relationship, then I decide whether they want to hear the truth or they just kind of want to keep floating away on their merry way, telling themselves the lies that allow them to sleep at night, basically. Because this is the thing. Think about it. Which successful entrepreneur now do you think started with lots of money at the start? And I know you can tell yourself all kinds of stories about it, but the truth is most entrepreneurs did not have that much money to start with. What they did have was a whole lot of creativity, okay? No one really started with that much money. Occasionally, yeah, some people inherited money and maybe were able to do things, but most people started from nothing, just the same as any one of us, okay? In fact, one of the big reasons they ultimately started business was actually to create wealth for themselves and for their families, okay? So yes, I know that you're not just in it for the money, but you do want money, right? So own that, own that you want the money and stop beating around the bush about it, okay? So now you're telling me that money is the result you want, but money is also the path to the result, which kind of means that you're kind of in trouble, because if you need money to get to the money, then you're in trouble, right? Okay? Because ultimately, if according to you, the money that is preventing you from getting money, then again, you are stuck. And you'll remain stuck until you realize that money has absolutely nothing to do with whether you make your business a success or not. It's all on you. The truth is, you could go apply for a credit card, unless, of course, you're in some third world country somewhere. But even they are getting credit cards these days, or maybe your credit is bad. But I have to say this, I went bankrupt and I could still get access to that kind of money, which is not to say that you should. I'm just saying that's one way of getting some money. That's one way you can do that. And I know it makes you feel uncomfortable, and I tell you why it makes you feel uncomfortable. It's because deep down inside, you are scared of racking up all that debt when you're not even sure that your business idea is actually going to work. And yeah, it's a sensible thing to think about, but it's also the crux of your problem. Because if you don't believe that your business idea is going to work, you will not give it all the energy of thought and action that you need to give it in order for it to work. Can you see how you're kind of stuck here? So your problem, as you can hopefully begin to see, is that it's more than a lack of finance. It's actually a lack of belief in yourself and your ability to succeed. And so because you deep down don't believe in you or your ideas, you won't use the vast amount of resourcefulness that God himself has gifted you with to create wealth in your business and in your life. And instead of you admitting that truth to yourself, you blame a lack of money as the reason that you fail. Please, honey, I don't believe you, okay? I'm not buying it. If you want something, the truth is you always find a way to get it. You do. I know that you do, okay? You are a lot more powerful than you're giving yourself credit for. And you're just blocking your own brain up and setting yourself up for failure when you tell me or you tell anyone else, or worst of all, you tell yourself that it's the lack of money that is stopping you. It gives you permission not to think of another way forward. It gives you permission to stay stuck in place. It gives you permission not even to try. And so, honey, you do get what you want. You fail. Okay? And then you can go back to your old comfortable life and tell yourself that you tried. That is nonsense, okay? It's nonsense. Lots of people have built businesses without any of their own money. They just had a huge amount of belief. And if they really did need money, and a lot of businesses don't really need that much capital, I'll just add in there. If they did need a lot of money, then their huge amount of belief would enable them to find a sponsor who sees the validity and potential of their ideas and who then bankrolls them. But it all starts with you believing in yourself and your idea enough to make it work. Money is no obstacle. If anything, too much money at the start will kind of stifle your creativity. And it is your creativity that will make your business succeed. So now, go on. Write out 10 ways you can use today to get your message out without spending any money whatsoever. And then go do it. Yes, I know it will be hard for you to think like this because you have forgotten how to think hard for what you want. And yet, understand that the more you do this kind of hard, as you say, thinking, the easier it becomes, the more creative you become, the more innovative your ideas become, and the quicker you succeed in making money. As long as you, of course, implement those ideas. All right, writing them all down. If you don't do anything with them, then they're just ideas on a piece of paper. And this works wherever you live, whether you're in a third world country or anywhere, okay? You need to get into the habit of thinking that there is always a way. And you also need to realize that the only challenge you actually have is you, okay? And getting over your reasons and excuses for not doing what it takes to win. You need to get over that in order for you to get over this particular challenge of yours. So tell me, are you ready to face down your own nonsense about what you can or cannot do? If yes, then you need to come join fellow entrepreneur leaders in the Deliberate Millionaire Fast Track group. You need to join us right now, okay? It is just $37, which is around about 25 quid a month. You can come and take part in learning all about how to promote yourself and your business, and also come ultimately to be part of the community that will push you forward. It is time to fight for to create the life, the business you want. You need to just give up those excuses and let's get going. Although, frankly, if I have to tell you this, then I wonder if you have what it takes. But I am believing in you, okay? So pop over to rosemarynonny.com/Deliberate Millionaire and come join us. Or if you're not quite ready to join the Deliberate Millionaire, then, go and download the free formula that shows you how to attract your first 5 online customers, clients, recruits at rosemarynonny.com/5 customers. Okay then, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. Until the next time, bye.